ask you, you didn't have a ton of acting experience, and Steven Van Zandt shows up, and he was phenomenal, and he said how much that Gandolfini helped him along the way with his acting. It's just phenomenal. Steve, how were you able to put together, I guess this is the billion-dollar question, the amazing performance that you were able to do from a personal standpoint? You didn't have a ton of experience with this.
No.
How were you just able to?
I was working at the Riviera. I started doing some stuff in the early 90s, a hobby, dabbling.
Right.
Got a couple little things, a couple little roles here and there. I was, half-ass pursuing it. I wasn't at that point. To me, it was just fun,
right.
I enjoyed doing it, and I knew some comics. They put me in some of their things, and to me, it was really like a hobby, And then something would come to town. There was a casting director. He's retired now, but his name was Ray Favero. He's a terrific guy, and he was a huge help to me. He was a local casting director in Vegas for years. He still lives there, and when somebody would come to town, like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Chicago, Hope, whenever there was like a production, he would get me into audition. I didn't have any headshots. I didn't have any agent. I had nothing. And he would call me, and I went in, and I got Chicago Hope. I got Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I got these little bit stuff. And then there was a guy that I met. He was an agent in L.A., and he would look out for me. Mm-hmm. And some days I would just, hop in my car and go audition for a few things, drive to L.A. So I was getting some stuff, and I was going, wow, I wonder if I try harder, will I get more, or is this all there is? Because obviously, as the stakes go up, the competition is harder.
Sure.
And I worked with Ray. He was also an acting coach to me, a mentor. And listen, man, I don't know. I came to New York for a wedding. I read for this role. I read for first the role of an FBI agent. Then I read it was Christopher Walken's wife was the casting director, Georgia Walken.
Oh, wow.
And I read for the part of Bobby, and she said, well, would you come back? And And I went back to Vegas. They called me, and I told my wife, I said, I'm not going to go back. I said, well, am I going to go back, get a couple lines and spend all the money, And she was the one that encouraged me. She said, go back. You're only happy when you do it. Let's go,
Right.
So I came to New York, and I read. I read for David Chase, who I didn't even know who the hell was who. There was about 15 people in the room, man. I was so naive that it worked, because I was, I had done stuff. I knew, how to hit your mark. I knew all the stuff, all this little kind of things that I had been doing. I mean, I did America's Funniest People and these sketches and, all this crappy kind of stuff, low-budget movie. I did a bunch of that. Stuff. So I knew what I was doing, but they hired me. I got fitted for that fat suit. Came out here. I stayed in a hotel near the Meadowlands and had to get myself to the set at the beginning. There was no guarantee. The agent actually told me not to take the job.
You're kidding me!
And
my God!
He said they're not going to pay you away. They're not going to guarantee you anything. They're not going to put you up.
And then you fired him, right?
Well, I just, he was just helping me. He was a friend, and I said, well, listen, I'm going to do it anyway, and it wasn't much money, and I joke, but it's the truth. It cost me like $24,000 to make $22,000.
I think it worked out for you, Steve.
Yeah,
I do. I think it worked out.
The Riviera was very nice. My boss at the time, longtime Vegas guy, Bob Vanucci, I had 6 weeks vacation. He let me come and go. A lot of stuff could be done by phone, and I did 6 episodes that first season.
Awesome.
And and then they made me a series regular the following year because I got another job. I was, on a roll. I was getting confidence. I was starting to work.
Yeah, and, sure.
It just, I don't know how it happened. It just happened.
You should certainly have some confidence now because you are a legend, Steve, and.